Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a twin flame soulmate reading. This is a collective reading for the person on your mind. What is going on in this connection? Where are we headed? What is coming towards you in this connection? Anything Spirit wants us to hear today. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided. Very grateful. Just a reminder, I do have a main channel and I have a pick a card channel, and I'll put that link in the description below as well. Spirit, please share with me any loving messages of guidance. Person on our mind, what is it that you need us to know? I'm listening for you now. I have divine feminine energy. I have bonding. I have silence. I have there's only you. The key, and I have independence. So the energy that's coming into me is it has been going very well. I'm going to say that. Is somebody pulling back because, out of fear, or they started slowing down? Like, we were spending a lot of time together and we were hanging out all the time, and now all of a sudden, is there somebody else because I'm not hearing, from you that often? A little bit of I still, of course, want to be with you, but they might not want to be with you 24/7, and they're trying to get back their independence. They're trying to get back their sense of the life that they had before you came into their life, because if it started to become all consuming, they feel like they're starting to lose a part of themselves. So they're trying to find that balance between keeping some of their independence and being in a relationship. And that's a hard thing. You can't be single and be in a relationship, but they do want their independence. They don't want to be, 24/7, but it doesn't mean that they don't like you. Doesn't mean that they don't want you. Only you. So let's see where we're headed with that only you. But people do pull back. Sometimes we start out really like fast and furious, and then they pull back. So, and you go, what happened? You were totally into me and now I never hear from you. And, or you want to be with somebody else, or are you bored with me? Sometimes they do that just to think. They do that just to see what are my feelings, and sometimes you need that space between somebody a little bit to try to figure that out. I have a 4 of Wands. I have a Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I have a 3 of Cups. This is a feeling of, I'm just going to use the word time, okay? That we have I feel like we have a short period of time into this, and I'm not ready to think bigger than what we have right now. And I'm enjoying being with you, going out for drinks, going to dinner, spending the night together, something like that. Doesn't mean that I'm not thinking big picture. I will say that. I feel like there is a sense of down the road. Okay, it's not happening right now, but I do feel like down the road, you are definitely somebody I could see myself with. You are definitely somebody that I could fall in love with and be with. Okay, so the good news is they really, really like you. They really want to be with you. I feel like they're just pulling back because they want part of their old life and you. They, if they're used to like hanging out on the weekends, or Sundays with the guys, something like that. Or they're used to having more quiet time. They're used to chilling out more. And now, they're always with you and they don't get a break from it. They're probably just searching for some more, quiet time is how I feel. They are totally into you with that Ace. So physically attractive, absolutely. I have a moon. I have a 3 of Wands. That came into me as I'm just trying to find myself. They do want you to know that they are very happy with you. So if you're questioning, they've been pulling back, why? They're trying to find themselves. I have a Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of my deck, and they're guarding themselves for some reason. This is just a sense of, am I really ready to change my life? I thought I am, but now that it's here, it's such a big change. It's somebody who's trying to get used to the idea that there's somebody in their life all the time now, and they just aren't used to that idea. Maybe they've been single for a long time. They haven't had anybody in their life for a long time, and their life is just different. Their schedule's starting to change. What they're doing is different. Their routine is totally different. So sometimes they have like this little kind of bittersweet energy of, I asked for this and I wanted this, but I also like my old life. So it's a little bit of that going on, but they do love you and they do want to be with you. So give them the space. It's kind of a loving space. Lopsided effort. You're starting to feel that you want it more than they do. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I kind of want you to let them go out a little bit and then they'll just come back. It doesn't mean you're breaking up. It doesn't mean that you aren't into this person, but give them the space that they need. They're taking their time to, I guess, get used to the idea of being in a relationship. Work on yourself, love yourself, spend time, doing things that you love to do. They're saying the separation is needed, but it's a healthy separation. And I don't feel like it's a no contact situation. I feel like instead of spending every single night together, maybe we spend a couple of nights together a week. And we have these other nights that we do our own thing and we kind of miss each other. So there's this kind of, I need a little more space. Go with the flow. I've got to let this kind of I've got to give this person some breathing room. That is really what they're asking for. We're sexually compatible. I do feel that. I feel like you're very happy with this person. And I think they're very happy with you. So when somebody pulls back, it doesn't mean I don't want this. It doesn't mean, my feelings for you have changed. It's just sometimes we've got to transition from that kind of the life that we've been living, especially somebody who's been single for years, to being with somebody else. And it doesn't happen overnight. They're saying just change takes time. And that's really what we're talking about. That, and maybe you've given this person a lot of time and you're starting to feel like they don't want more. This is all they want. And that could be a different reading, a different conversation. But this person is totally into you and they're just trying to get used to the idea of their life changing. I have a library. They're learning. They're trying to understand. They're looking beneath the surface. This is an open book, right? This is a new story, a new journey. So they are just trying to learn, and they've got to learn, one page at a time. We got to get to know you, and we have to have a relationship that's theirs and us. And it's just a lot of change in a short period of time. Childhood. Okay. I love being with you. I feel like this new beginning has made me happy. I don't want to be with anybody else. So I do feel like we've crossed the line of, I don't want to be with anybody else. And I realize that now. And then you say, well, why are you why are you pulling away? Sometimes we just need to be alone with our own thoughts, especially divine masculine energy. They need more time rejuvenating than divine feminine. I have cufflinks, Taurus, Pisces, Capricorn energy. I have well put together person, okay, very professional, traditional. Maybe all this time that they've been putting into this connection, like they've been spending a lot of time with you, a lot of extra time with you, and it's been taking them away from focusing on their work or what they used to do to kind of keep in a steady routine, getting up early and going to work out before they went to work. And, maybe some of those things are off and they miss their routine. Like they want their routine back, but they want you also. So sometimes those little changes, people love their routine. I got to tell you, so try to allow them to have the routine that they had, but that you are becoming integrated into that routine somehow. I have a 50-50. At this time, things could go either way. And that's maybe what you're worried about, that you're struggling with. They're pulling away because they don't want the same thing anymore. Don't back somebody into a corner is how I feel. This person doesn't want to be pushed. They don't want to be chased. They just want a little bit of air and breathing room, and then they will come back. It's like, give them a night off, tell them to go out with friends, tell them to, sit at home and, do whatever they want to do, and you'll see them tomorrow. And I can guarantee you when tomorrow comes, they're so happy to see you because they had that kind of break. I have a bedroom. It's not all about being physical with this person, although we could be great lovers. We could be amazing lovers, and that's not the issue. I don't think that that's the issue at all. We're very intimate, Spirit saying. I feel like it's just the transition. It's the transition from the two different worlds into one, and I really feel like it's somebody who has been solo for a while, and they're struggling with, how do I do this without giving up my sense of self or what I used to like to do? I have a 4 of Wands, though. They could be thinking big picture. I'll end up with you someday. I have a 2 of Swords. Sometimes before people make a big decision, they pull away. They, before we go to the next level, they pull away and they really give it some thought. Like, am I really happy in this connection? And is this what I really want? I have a Temperance, a little bit of quieting my mind. I just want a little space. And I have a Princess of Pentacles. So that came into me as growing. I'm just going to say growing and a sense of security. I feel like we're headed in the right direction. I do. I feel that for today, I'm going to say this person cares about you more than you know. And just because you haven't been hearing from them, or, when you're first with somebody, it's almost like we're obsessed with each other. And then when that obsession kind of dies down, you panic and you think they're not that into you. No, it's just that in the beginning, it's just so exciting, right? But I think we're entering into the phase of trying to find what works for us. And that's where we're headed. Let's see what the feelings are. I know that we are destined to be together, and that's why I'm coming back soon. So if they pulled away a little bit, they'll be coming back. You're the only one that I would give my life for. So they're totally into you. I mean, that's our story will be the greatest love story ever told. You'll see. So there's a part of them that says, this is all part of how we unfold. This is how we go through all the stages. I don't even know if they feel like they're pulling back. They might be doing it just subconsciously because it's what their body needs or their mind needs. So I wouldn't even maybe question them on it, because that might hurt their feelings. Just give them the kind of natural space. You have the power to bring healing to this world. Embrace it. Let's talk about that space as healing. Okay. They're using that space to, instead of obsessing with somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're trying to find balance in their life. They're trying to get back into a healthy routine, Spirit just said, where I have work, exercise, other relationships. I have a boyfriend, I have a girlfriend, and it's kind of all balancing. So give them the power to find that healing space so that they can find that balance, because you'll have a better relationship and it's going to work better for both of you. Self-love, acceptance, a soul mission, spirituality, passion, and a union. So I think we have all of these things. I think that we could check all these boxes. And I think the relationship is really, really good. I do. I think we're just going through something that's a little funky for you and making you feel like a little uncomfortable. But I would say just give it some time. I think this person really does love you, and I feel like they are just pulling back because it's a transition into the next level. That's really what's going on. They just need that time to do that. So let's give them the time. Let's continue to love them from afar, or give them the space. And you take that time and space to love yourself and do things that you like to do. And I think we all need that quiet space. We all need time to ourselves. And that's all this reading is really about, is you can have both. You can have both. And it's important to have both. I'm going to put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit this like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Claim it, own it, it's yours. If this connected to you, I would love to know. If you would like to book a private reading, I'll put my website link below, KathyMamlin.psychicmedium.com. And a reminder, I have 2 other channels, my main channel and a pick a card channel, and the links are below in the description. I hope you enjoyed your reading. We'll see you again real soon.